Hey there. Today, we're going to dive into something pretty cool, the mechanics of personal change, all by unpacking just a single powerful sentence. Seriously, it's like a whole formula for growth packed into a few words. And by the end of this, you're going to see it in a completely new way. Let's get into it. So, here it is. This is our source material for today. Now, it might look simple on the surface, but I promise you, packed inside these words is a three-part blueprint for making rapid, meaningful change. So let's break it down piece by piece and really understand the powerful mechanism it's describing. Okay, so let's stop seeing this as just a sentence and start looking at it like an equation. It's got an engine, a very specific goal, and a promise about the result. First things first, we've got to understand what powers this entire process. The driving force, the very engine of this whole formula, is all about what's happening inside our minds. And we're not talking about just passive thinking or, daydreaming. This is something way more active and deliberate. The formula kicks off with its active ingredient, the concentration of your thoughts. What this suggests is that the quality and the focus of our thinking isn't just a passive state. Nope, it's the direct cause, the catalyst, for absolutely everything that comes next. At its very core, concentration is just the act of focusing. Think of it like a magnifying glass focusing sunlight. Diffuse light is just warmth, but when you concentrate all that light into a single tiny point, it becomes powerful enough to start a fire. This sentence is basically saying our thoughts work in the exact same way. And that's the real question, isn't it? It implies this deliberate gathering of all our mental energy, directing it with purpose, with intention, toward a single point, instead of just letting it scatter in 1,000 different directions. So if this is the engine, what is it actually building?
Right, so this mental engine isn't just running for the fun of it. The formula points to a very particular kind of outcome it's designed to create. This is the whole goal we're aiming for.
The result we're talking about is elevated transformation. Now that word elevated is so crucial here. It suggests moving to a higher state, an improvement, a significant upgrade from where we started. This isn't just a sideways move. We're talking about leveling up. And transformation itself means a marked change. We're not talking about just tweaking a minor habit here. This is a fundamental shift in our very nature or appearance. Think about a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. That's a transformation. It's a profound, deep-level change. So here's how the process looks in its simplest form. You start right here, in your current state. You then apply the engine, that concentrated thought, to get the result, a new, elevated, transformed state. It's a straight line, and the whole thing is powered entirely by your own focused mental effort. So we have the engine, and we have the goal. But there's one final piece to this formula, and honestly, it's a huge promise. It kind of challenges a lot of what we believe about how long change has to take.
The promise is that all of this can happen at fast speed. This part of the sentence is maybe the most radical. We so often think of any meaningful change as this slow, grinding, years-long process. This formula just flat out contradicts that idea.
This gives us a really crucial insight. The intensity of our focus is directly linked to the speed of our change. The more concentrated the thought, the faster the transformation. It suggests the real bottleneck isn't time. It's our own level of mental focus. All right, we've taken it apart. We've looked at the engine, the goal, and the promise. Now let's put it all back together and look at the full equation with our new understanding. So, to recap, the power, the engine, comes from the concentration of thought. The specific outcome we're aiming for is an elevated transformation. And the incredible potential here is that this can all be done at fast speed. See how each part needs the others to work? So look at this sentence one last time. It's not just a collection of words anymore, is it? It's now a dynamic instruction manual. It's a challenge and a promise, all rolled into one. It tells us the power isn't in some external force. It's in the deliberate, focused application of our own mind. And that really brings us to the final thought. If this formula holds true, if focused thought is the key that unlocks rapid, elevated change, then the only question left is the most important one. What transformation will you begin? Thanks for joining this explainer.